Witty Primal. And let's see how they perform on the big stage.
The big stage of the small map that is Exodus Blue. We're flying in. We've got Luminosity. We've got Grim. Lumi totally fine with being the last BSK team, or man in here, like he said. He came to win with his team. We've got Grim and the rest of the Kitty Witties ready to play as well. And here we go, starting off and pushing out quick. We've got Lumi and looks like the rest of IAMBSK scoping. They pulled back just a little bit and taking some shots there as we've got Grim moving in through the center. Taken out by a nade, though. There's a couple shots getting taken out. And no crest picked up yet, just one to start.
Oh, we've got a gunslinger coming from Luminosity.
Interesting.
He's finally switched off of that Shade Step, and I wonder what the change was. He was playing very, very strong on that Night Stalker subclass, and now we see him changing it up, going with the Golden Gun. Gonna take a couple range kills.
You know, I wonder if it's sometimes you just want to change it up. You just want to play something different. You want to have a good time.
Yeah, it may not be strategy in any sort of way. Maybe he's just looking to you know, have fun. So
yeah,
if that's the case, good on him.
Good for you. And so now taking some shots as if he needs validation from us.
Yeah.
Taking some shots now and getting a couple kills, but there's a lot. I think there's a lot of crests out there that haven't been taken yet. Oh, but eventually going down. That's Luminosity getting taken out by Grim. Made in America, though, on a 5-kill streak. Just going to have to pick up the crest to show that.
Make that 6, and then he's also on like a bajillion crest streak.
Yeah, it looks like he's gone and started picking up all of those crests. Now we've got some special ammo pickup and pushing through the choke point that is the train tracks. Let me throwing out that nade, getting one with the hand cannon there, and Little Sonic coming through, picking up those crests. And now it's Lumi and Little Sonic pushing through the B box. There comes the Axion, though, and it's time to back off just a little bit, maybe regain some of that health. And bouncing back, it'll be Lumi and Made in America here, getting ready to push up and hopefully not getting too stuck in that train tracks. Looks like Savage Beast didn't even see them over there, and he was caught completely unaware by that.
So that was a really smart move from IAMBSK. Pushing towards that B, they took a couple shots. They didn't push the tempo on that. They didn't make the forced move of pushing out of that B area. They both disengaged and reset and kind of said, okay, you guys want to sit back on your A side in that field? We're going to do something different. We're going to come back from a different position and take a different angle, and that's what they did. And they ended up getting the kill, and now they're up 20-8. Made in America on a 10-kill streak.
Made in America is going a little crazy right now. I think the last time we saw him on a 10-kill streak was playing on Exodus Blue.
I think he really likes this map.
I think the map really likes him at the very least.
Yeah.
As now we swapped back over to Grim, and Grim taking out Luminosity in Main Street there, trying to pull down, finishing up, trying to get a little help there, getting Little Sonic as well. And there we go, 28-10. They get a couple more points on the board, but we swap back over to Lumi and IAMBSK. Got an orb on the ground, and that was again Made in America having such a quick super within like the first two and a half minutes. It goes to show what when you have that electrostatic mind on and you've got it at your max, you've got everything maxed, it's going to charge so fast.
Yeah, that and also being on a 10-kill streak helped a little bit because you just rattling off those kills, you're not dead, and the more time you don't spend in that death screen, that's just going to keep charging, and that's what ended up happening for him. He just stayed alive for so long, getting the kills.
Not to mention the bonus energy that you get from kills. I mean,
the crest, he got all the crests, so that's exactly why he got that first super.
And so he's picking all of those up. There goes Lambie taking out Savage Beast, but then Drafttail trying to come in and make something happen. Pow Pow now trying to collect some crests down through the tunnel. Luminosity going to push back out. Here comes the Golden Gun. He's got one hiding behind that little spot there. Let's see if he's still there. He is, and he's able to take out Grim with the Goldie, taking out Drafttail. That's a double, and only one more shot. Is he going to get it off? He is not, but that's 2 from Lumi, and they're going to have to push through, pick up those crests. Looks like Made in America and Sonic were able to pick them up for him. Early lead, I would say, for IAMBSK, jumping up 48-24, 7 minutes and 45 seconds left to play here.
Yeah, this is really important for them, especially the way that they were kind of starting a little slow, getting that early lead, 48-26. These guys, now they're playing comfortably.
Yeah.
It's evident they're playing comfortably. Drafttail with a double kill on Luminosity and
double. I think that was on Lambie.
Lambie, I think so, yes. So Kitty Witty's going to have to try to kind of react and adjust their playstyle a little bit, because at the moment, IAMBSK with the advantage here.
Yeah, exactly. And so right now we see down just under 20 points. Oh, and here come two. There are two members of IAMBSK jumping in, and now Pow Pow trying to drop down, manages to take out Little Sonic as Made in America taking out Savage Beast, and now Grim spawning back up. And let's get moving over here, trying to take out Lambie, but there's all of IAMBSK in the main street. And so now you can see them on his radar, going to try to rotate around. That's wrap and rotate when I say them both together. Rotate around, pick up some special, and then rejoin at least one of his teammates here. And so, getting ready, jumping up, and he gets taken down. That's Lil Sonic from above with a shotgun, and just extending that lead 60 to 36. Grim spawned back up now, and we had Drafttail getting a nice shotgun kill there off screen. Lil Sonic dropping the Nova and taking one out.
You can already see the way that IAMBSK is forcing the Kitty Witties to play. They are making them play fast. They're not comfortable playing as fast as this, and IAMBSK is just, you know, just pushing the envelope, making the engagements happen that they want to happen. And it maybe partly has to do with this map and the fact that the Kitty Witties haven't played here yet today. IAMBSK probably prepping a little bit on this map in their hiatus that they had. And now it's showing in the IAMBSK squad the fact that they can push that tempo, the fact that they can play their game. Kitty Witties, it feels like they're a little flustered.
Yeah, and there's Lumi sliding forward, getting another kill there with that shotgun. They've pushed it up to 74 to 38. And in this Supremacy match, they are making short work of the Kitty Witties.
It's a considerable lead, and that's hard to look at, regardless of whether or not you think you can come back. Looking at a deficit like that, 78 to 40, it kind of gets in your head a little bit. And I think IAMBSK is using this as kind of a statement
to say, hey,
no, we belong in the grand finals, and we belong to, or we want to win the grand finals. This kind of victory, if they go on and take this, holding the Kitty Witties to about 44 or even 50, that is double the points.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's going to be a statement saying, hey, get ready for 3 more games of this, unless you make something happen. And so now Luminosity back into Main Street. He's got 2 of his teammates with him. Pow Pow trying to peek up and take a few shots over the pipe, not able to do it. Out comes the incendiary nade down the one side, and then moving away from that nade, he had teammates move out to push it. And so now Lambie picking up a bunch of crests and taking out Grim. At the same time, we've got Lumi moving inside with Made in America. And here we go back down the ramp. It's 90 to 46, only 10 points left to go, and 4 minutes left to play. Here comes the Golden Gun, trying to get the shot, gets
risky.
One on Grim, but he gets taken out of it. Drafttail coming down with a double kill with a smash off screen. And so they didn't even get any crests from that pickup there, or from that kill that Lumi got.
Wow, yeah, so that was kind of a misplay from Lumi using that. I think he may be a little bit more used to popping that arrow, which immediately fires an arrow, gives you damage resistance. In this case, when it comes to the Golden Gun, it activates the Golden Gun. No damage is coming out immediately. You have to actually remember to pull the trigger and everything. So it kind of looks like that's what was going through his head, because he popped it so close.
Yeah, and that was an interesting little move there from Grim. It looks like he was trying to send one out to kind of pop that trap that IAMBSK seemed to have set and then push out so he could take advantage of it. But I think it was Made in America that came from his right side and said, nope, I'm still here. It was more of a trap than you thought. And so Grim now pushing up inside through the pipe and now going to pick up a little bit of this special, and he's going to have to be careful. He split off from his team, who seem to be across the map in B. Here's one right now, that's Drafttail, and going to meet one, but it's not going to matter because IAMBSK pushes it up to a 100 to 58 point lead and win in that first match.
We've seen them do it before, where they actually came back against the Monsters in the qualifying round, round 3, where they kind of just, because Supremacy is a game type where you can stop the enemy team from getting any points whatsoever by denying those crests. We've seen them do it before, and on Exodus Blue, where they just said, you're done. You're not getting any more points. We're going to play our strength, which is extremely aggressive, and even if any one of our members goes down, we're getting that crest back, and you're not going to get any more points. And that's what that victory looked like. That was 100-58, and that is a statement victory for sure.
Yeah, and so now moving into our next game, let's take a quick look and see where we're going. I think it's somewhere that we've been already, but it's going, yeah, Asylum Zone Control. So this time it will still be Asylum, which we've seen before, but last time it was Clash. This time it's all about the zones. So we're going to have to see how they play it, how they zone it off, and how they kind of switch up that laning play that we saw from IAMBSK before. That's where we saw them kind of spreading to the four corners of the map and making plays because they knew that they would be able to use those wide doors to focus down other lanes that they were in and kind of split across the map. Now they have to focus around these zones.
Now, but looking forward into these next three, this stretch of these next 3 games, we have 2 zone control matches on Asylum and Rusted Lands, and we've seen how strong Kitty Witties can be on that. They got 2 separate triple caps on BSK, and we've seen IAMBSK play a little. We've seen them absolutely dominate. Yeah. But we've also seen them kind of struggle a little bit
against the monsters.
Against the monsters, exactly. So, that being said, I think the Kitty Witties have a little bit better of a shot here to take maybe this game 2 and push this series a little bit further along.
Yeah, and we're going to have to see how it plays out. And so now, starting off on Asylum, I think it's going to come down especially to who gets that first zone advantage. Who's able to get the, and I would think with the slaying power that we were seeing coming out of IAMBSK in the last one, they would be able to push in and take Zone B, maybe whichever zone they spawn on as well, just with that pure slaying power. We already see Luminosity pushing up to Zone B as Grim stays back. Here come the nades, avoiding one to start, not completely avoiding it. There it goes. And now going to smoke and start firing off some shots, and that's a trade, though.
Wow, there we go. We see Luminosity back on that Night Stalker, so he's going to be using a lot of those walls and the close quarters that this kind of affords the smoke, the spike grenade. He's going to be trying to lock down a lot of these areas with all the tools given to him with that subclass.
Yeah, and so there was Grim getting a nice kill on one, but then getting taken down by Lil Sonic, who was then taken down by Savage Beast. And right now, B is still up for grabs. Nobody has captured it yet, and so each team is just going to be making 10 points every 10 seconds.
It's going to be a slow game if that's the case.
Yeah, seriously, somebody just pick it up. So there's another trade there. It looks like between Lumi taking out Grim, but Drafttail taking out Luminosity. And so now Grim going to push up, and looks like IAMBSK starting to take Zone B. They got enough of a kill advantage to do it, and now they're going to start doubling up on those points, 20 points every 10 seconds as the timer clicks on. And so now it's going to be up to Grim and the Kitty Witties to make sure that they can get up there and at the very least neutralize that before taking it and getting it. Here's a 1v1 with Unsaid Lambie. Lambie taking him out with the better shot at the time.
This is a very good start for IAMBSK. They waited, they bided their time and made sure that they didn't really overcommit themselves to that B area until they had the numbers advantage, until they got that that team wipe. It was maybe not necessarily even a team wipe, but it was enough members down from the Kitty Witties that they're able to put bodies on that B and just get the uncapped zone fairly quickly.
Yeah, and so now that they're kind of reaping the rewards of that, but it looks like we've got a push from Kitty Witties as they're taking Zone B. Zone B has been neutralized. They were about to start taking Zone A. Doesn't look like they were able to. Luminosity coming out, getting that kill on Savage Beast, and able to stop that tick of B going up. Now they've got Pow Pow, and they're able to team him.
Oh no!
On their way for a triple cap. Now they've got Zone B, Zone C though ticking down, and Zone A looks like the Kitty Witties might be able to prevent that. Here we go. We've got a great Void Spike kind of shooting back into Zone C, but it's not going to matter. So the Kitty Witties managed to get out of that, somehow holding a zone still. Coming down onto Unsaid Lambie there, getting the kill with the shotgun. Got one more next to him. There's Lil Sonic. That's 2 for Grim. And here comes the super. And we're going to try to get some of those nades thrown out there. He's got one in front of him. That's going to help out the team. He and Pow Pow team up on Luminosity. Moving out, and now trying to Take this out. Here's Little Sonic. Little Sonic
He missed
the Nova, and then Grim was able to take him out with the last of that super. They're going to meet one. Grim going off on a 5-kill streak. He's going to have one more to meet down at the end of this hallway, who's running through that nade. He might end up killing him with that nade that's in there. Here we go. Here we go. Made in America taking him out too. Grim is going off right now.
Who is this guy?
His Grim Vaz. It's right on the screen.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
They've got to utilize a power play like this. If somebody like this is going off, getting these kills, the rest of the members of the team need to start putting pressure on those zones. They're not getting points for any of these kills. This Grim Vaz right now is playing unstoppably.
This is insane. Now they're on their way up to a triple cap. If they can get Zone C, which is where Grim is right now, he's going to get pushed by one. He's got a supercharge ready.
Wait, he just had a super.
And there was the tether coming in. He was able to kill Lumi while he was tethered.
He is so close to a 10-kill streak. He is playing out of his mind right now, and it is affording the space and the time for the rest of these Kitty Witties to be able to take some of these zones. And
here
it's got
comes
the back
super.
in the match.
Now he's got the super moving back up to Zone B and resetting that. Zone A, though, has been reset. There's the 10-kill streak for Grim Vaz going off right now against IAMBSK. They make that 11. Here we go. He's got one more. Make that 12. That's a double down on Sonic and Luminosity.
Moly.
What a series of plays right now from Grim Vaz, and they've pulled the score within 20 with that triple cap and now double cap. Now they're about to pull ahead. They're going to take Zone A. Maybe not. Zone C is getting capped, though, and now it's time to see how they're going to react when they don't have those supers to go. And Lil Sonic finally ends Grim Vaz's run of destruction there.
I couldn't believe how well he's playing every single one of those engagements. Even when it felt like he was going to go down in that single life, he had two separate active radiances, and he just was tearing everybody apart regardless of timing and whatever.
Yeah.
He was making the best out of every situation and just slapping faces.
Seriously, that was such a series there, and now in the absence of that little kill streak, IAMBSK grabs two zones once more, and looks like they are poised. It's tie game at 650, and there they go. IAMBSK starts building it back up. Grim runs into Made in America, and there's another kill there. Luminosity taking out Draft Tail as we swap sides, and it's time to see if Luminosity can make anything happen. There's the tether. He gets one. He's got a couple over here, and a 5-kill streak to start. Draft Tail down the hallway, and I think he's still hidden behind that box. Luminosity is going to try to get out there and take that zone, but I don't think he's going to be able to do it. Now he's going to be in a 2v1, and now it's a 3v1. He gets one there, not able to finish it up and get a couple.
But you know what the interesting thing about that was? We've seen it before on Zone Control in the Guardian Con final. He was just taking up the time of those Kitty Witties, and it afforded the time for the rest of ISK to take Zone A. And now they're starting to utilize the pressure that they had from the rest of the map and push over to that C side. But the fact that he was able to extend that engagement, be slippery, stay alive, he made three members come over, and it felt like to the Kitty Witties that there was a full team on C, but really it was just Luminosity.
Exactly, and so because he was able to do that, they did manage to keep Zone B for a while, but now Kitty Witties starting to take Zone B and threatening to go up again. And so now Luminosity trying to get out of dodge here. He's going to have one probably up in that little cubby on the boxes in the window. Here he comes. It's Savage Beast. Luminosity making that last shot. Nope, it was Sonic instead. I will not give credit where credit is not due. And here comes Grim with his Radiance out once more, and he's got nades out. He's got Sonic down. He's got Lumi down. He's got Lambie over here in the corner. And it's a shootout. He gets Lambie as well. He's got one more pushing through, and Luminosity able to push out and finally end Grim before he was able to go off once again.
It is a battle of the Titans right now. Grim Vaz popping off. Luminosity doing such a good job, and it's really... I feel like it's going to kind of come down to who has the better all-star game right now. I'm not saying that the rest of the teams aren't doing amazing. I feel like Lil Sonic probably has more kills than Luminosity, but we can't see their perspectives. And right now, these guys are just slaying.
They're just tearing it up right now. And so right now, we've got the Kitty Witties with a 2-zone advantage. Pow Pow pushing through, getting 2 kills with that Storm Trance, and Luminosity trying to find a way to get up here and probably take Zone B back. We just saw Lil Sonic run, and there's at least one person guarding over here. That's a great smoke, though. And that was a miss.
Oh, no, that was an active smash that they killed.
Lil Sonic shot him out of it
before he was able to connect with the ground.
Oh, wow. Okay, so now they have a chance. We've got 2 members of IAMBSK over here taking Zone B. Zone C is under attack, though, from the Kitty Witties. And Z has been neutralized. Here's Drafthill down here. Here comes the Nova. And Lil Sonic was able to get that. I was wondering if Lumi shot him first. That would have been upsetting. But Luminosity going down, Grim taking him out. And now, here we go. IAMBSK has almost taken Zone A back, but the Kitty Witties are relentless, moving up and already starting to take Zone B.
They're rotating constantly. They're getting the kills. They're making the IAMBSK kind of just constantly react to their aggression.
Yeah.
And they don't have the lead right now, but the Kitty Witties aren't going away right now. They're hanging in, and they're pushing ISK to everything they've got.
Seriously, and right now it's only a 70-point game right now. There's not a whole lot of difference here, and the Kitty Witties have been rotating so well. Now we see Grim down here in the jungle lane getting ready to move up, and he's going to have one in front of him. It's Luminosity. He had so much less health, and he wasn't able to get it. It didn't register in time. And so now, it looks like IAMBSK might be on their way to a triple cap. They've got A, they don't have C. Okay, Grimvoss able to stop that from happening. And now, standing here on Zone C, going to take it.
Letting out a little aggression on the wall.
You know, the wall is angry. Here comes the Nova from Lil Sonic. I've seen Lil Sonic just using those for the one-person kills, and you know what? It seems like it's working.
Yeah,
so,
I would say, and here we go. That's a neutralized zone. And at this point in the game, this is
devastating. This might be the second round if the Kitty Witties aren't able to do something. Looks like they're trying to do something, though, taking Zone A and B. They haven't neutralized them yet, and there's only 70 points left before IAMBSK takes this win. Okay, they were able to neutralize Zones A and B. They've bought themselves a little bit of time, take out Luminosity outside of Zone A, so they're going to be able to finish capping that. But here comes Made in America, getting two with that, and with this, I think in the next 20 seconds or so, we're going to see that 20 points come in, and there's the win. IAMBSK in a much closer match than the last one that we saw.
Oh, yeah. They jumped out to that lead there at the end of the match, but holy smokes, Kitty Witties definitely know how to play some zone control. We can say that with very much confidence.
Yeah.
They were just they seemed like they never really set up in any particular area. They were just giving zones and taking zones and just making the play field really fluid feeling. Did we get a look at, I think it was 25 and 15 or something coming out of Grimvoss?
I think it was 23 and 15 that I saw.
Oh, man.
But unfortunately, the rest of the team just not finishing that up. Like I think his was the lone solidly positive KD, and there might have been one other positive on there, but there were two at least that were negative. And even though, like we've said before, it's not a game, zone control is not a mode that's about killing necessarily for direct points, but it is about killing in the sense that you've got to wipe these teams in order to get control of these zones. So if you're not getting some of these runs there, like Grim was able to get, then you're not going to be able to capture these zones. That's the reason they were able to push for that and take the lead for a small portion of that time, was because Grim went off and was able to clear out all of those zones, getting 12 kills in a row.
Yeah, yeah, 12 kills in a row, just sweeping IAMBSK. And when you have a player like that popping off, you get to sit on the zones and cap them, and you can put pot shots in and everything. But I feel like Grimvoss didn't need any help.
No.
He was just shotgun melee, then whips his pistol out and starts firing all over the place and just putting down so much damage and getting so many kills. He was a one-man wrecking ball. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, and he finds himself with the Kitty Witties down 0-2 against IAMBSK. Going to Clash, going to Burning Shrine. Game 3.
So here we go, starting out, and we've seen once again the swap back to that scout from Luminosity. And this might be some of that range stuff that they were talking about just a little bit. We'll see how they play it. But Grim down between the two bridges here. And there's an incendiary popping off. It might have, no, it just barely missed him. Luminosity taking the first kill there with the shotgun. Somebody got forced back towards him. And there we go, another kill with that scout. as we swap back over to his perspective, and he goes down.
You can see those explosive rounds coming out. They are so jarring to play against. You just have explosions popping off in your face constantly, and it obscured your vision considerably.
Yeah, it's interesting trying to play through a couple explosions, even if you have in your mind that, okay, it's not necessarily doing a lot more damage.
No, it's just visually
exactly
kind of jarring. And so we know that Lumi has been playing a very strong support player type with, I mean, now he's going with the golden gun, but he had a ton of assists coming through the qualifiers, and now he's probably just playing a little bit more of a support role, playing back, putting these explosive rounds in these faces, and making it possible. There's a Hawksaw. Okay, so we have a couple more ranged guns coming out from IAMBSK, not just the scout rifle from Lumi.
Exactly. So now swapping back over to Grim. And these teams have actually kept it pretty close in the opening minute and a half. It's 11:50 to 10:50. 10:27 left. If he gets that, there's the Kitty Witties taking the lead, 1,300 to 11:50 right now within the first 2 minutes. And then Grim goes down to Made in America, who takes him out with that hand cannon. And so now waiting for him to spawn back up, he will end up outside, getting ready to push back inside, rejoin his team, one of which has died. He's got Luminosity jumping over Rotator, and 2 members of his team have died. He's going to have to get out of there quick.
Oh.
He's not fast enough. Can't get over that spinning wall. And IAMBSK takes the lead back, now jumping up 590 points, almost 600 points, with 9:48 left to play. So what a quick little turnaround there. Grim picking up some of that special ammo, and he can see a lot of ISK down there in Zone B, but they're kind of hiding themselves behind that pillar.
I think they've been in this position before. I think Kitty Witty is accustomed to tournament play. You know, Primal has been around for quite some time.
Yeah.
If the members of that are on this team.
Ah, hello, Lambie.
Lambie, you're not allowed to hide in that corner.
Yeah.
Oh, tough 3. Oh, they kind of both back off, disengage. But, you know, what do you think kind of is going on in the mindset of the Kitty Witties? Do you want to take a listen in on them and see what's going on? Because I'm interested. They're down currently in Game 3. If they go down 3 games to none in the grand finals, it's going to be a tall order to come back from.
Yeah, let's take a listen in from the Kitty Witties for just a second here. Well, now we're swapping over to, so we'll wait till we switch back to Grim, and then we'll listen into the Kitty Witties so that we're actually watching what follows when that happens. But for now, we've got Luminosity. He does have that supercharged and ready to be used. So
I think we're going to see it.
Here we go, golden gun. He's got one there. He knows he's got one more up on the staircase, hiding somewhere right on him. He's right behind him, I think.
Oh, sneaky, sneaky.
Oh, hiding, hiding, hiding. Trying to use some of those plays that we just saw Lambie doing against them. And so now Luminosity only got one with that golden gun. Still points, though, still puts a couple extra points on the board for the fact, or just the way that those supers work. And now Stormtrance coming out and going back in. That's Lil Sonic taking out its Pow Pow with the melee there. Okay, now we're back over on Grim. So let's quickly try to jump in with some listening and see how they are playing this.
He aped that. That's how he traded. Yo, make ores with this Nova, bro.
Lumi's 2-tap. Lumi's 2-tap.
Be careful with the challenge, bro, because they challenge together.
To the head. To the head. Let's go. Let's go. Come on.
They have pulses in C-Lane, dude. They're just playing pulses.
One was going outside.
He's so weak. Dude, how are they letting everyone so one-shot?
Can't be whiffing
so
super like that, bro.
He's so one. Just challenge him.
Nice backup draft.
Fuck.
Good shit.
Yo, they have pulses and scouts. Play aggressive.
He's one shot behind you, bro. Yo, yeah, nice.
Nice. We keep splitting.
We're gonna have draft soon.
Yeah, draft. I spawned near you.
One your shit, bro.
He's right here. He's gonna sit right here.
Bro, one's outside. Help me.
I'm angling.
Nice, good shit.
I'm coming, draft.
Yo, on me. See, watch it.
Let's get an angle.
I can't peek.
Dude, he's dude.
Okay, and hearing that, I think the main thing that I heard from that, Xander, was the call that, hey, they're using pulses and scouts, like we heard, and especially like we heard Lumi saying in that first interview, play aggressively, get up on them because they don't have the close range.
Yeah.
And that's what we're kind of trying to wait and see here from Grim and the rest of the Kitty Witties. It's 45-25 to 38-60 with 6.5 minutes left, and IAMBSK seems like they've taken a pretty solid lead.
It's a solid lead, but it's a overcomable lead.
Yeah.
From the Kitty Witties. They're not out of this by any means. And if they continue to get in the faces of IAMBSK with their predominantly hand cannon loadouts, then they're going to be able to come out on top, but they have to be wary of those shotguns and the control that IAMBSK is using over all of the special ammo. Oh, kind of a surprise.
Wow.
What's going on there?
Somehow Luma getting 2 assists there as Lamby and Made in America take some of those out. And Little Sonic coming out from the back, taking one out with a Nova. That's 3 quick ones. I think Luminosity was surprised there. He got a nade out on one, or some shots on one, and then one jumped in and started hitting him, and he was saved in both instances, kind of. But, hey, man, that equates to almost an entire other kill. And now Grim Voss across the bridge, and he's able to take him out with that Hawksaw. And one jumping over him now and gets taken down, but he's going to get chased. He's got a lot of the team behind him, and they take him down. Right now they're almost up 1,000, though, and looks like it's back to the hand cannon.
He's had enough of this long range and is going to start playing the game that he knows how to play, which is close up and using that hand cannon. So I think Kitty Witties may have convinced, playing a very strong aggressive game, convinced some of the IAMBSK players to switch back to their classic loadouts, knowing that they're being kind of aggressed on in a very close range fashion.
Yeah, exactly. And so now I'm wondering if that kind of call and if that change a little bit in play style from the Kitty Witties is going to affect anybody else on IAMBSK. Because right now, IAMBSK still has that lead. They're up 600 points, but that's not a huge margin. We've got 4 minutes and 43 seconds left to play here. And it looks like Grim and the rest are doing a pretty good job of starting to try to come back. There we are, within 300 points now. So that's a little bit of a run.
Triple down.
Oh my God, Draft Tail going huge there, taking out 3 members of IAMBSK, and now Grim following him outside as they get ready to jump over mid-Mohawk and try to focus down the rest, try to capture him in their spawn there, but Luminosity popping that super, getting 2. That's Pow Pow and Savage Beast, while Lil Sonic takes out Draft Tail, and here comes Luminosity. That's 3 kills with that golden gun, and that's going to put him back up a ways into the lead as Grim respawns back on the back-heavy platform.
Just like that, they reacquired their comfortable lead. Well, not so comfortable, but it's no longer 100 points. It's jumped up back up to 500. IAMBSK employing a good strategy right now where they're doing a lot of team shots. There's a lot of assist points coming out of that team for sure. And here we go. We've got an active Radiance coming down. He throws a grenade over towards that C-Flag. He's got one behind him. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, he's completely surrounded right now based on his radar, and now kind of pushing out. And he's going to challenge inside to outside here with this Radiance. Now the Radiance is done, and because he threw that nade at that time, he's going to have to wait for that to recharge. Normally, if you can get it out right before the super ends, you'll end with another nade or a very close to recharged nade. So he's going to have to wait for that to build itself back up at that tier 3. And so now just sighting across, and they're within 500 points as we drop down to about 3 minutes left to play. Kitty Witty's going to have to make something happen. Otherwise, they're going to go into game 4 looking at elimination.
This is a very, very tense moment for them because they have 3 minutes. They can play their game. But their game so far hasn't netted more kills than IAMBSK, so they have to play more than their game.
Yeah.
They've got to figure out something to do. They've got to be a little more aggressive. They've got to use those team shots. They've got to use the supers that they have more effectively. They can't have a moment like Grim Voss had when he was floundering around in that middle area, throwing grenades at random corridors and not putting any damage down.
Yeah, exactly. They need to make sure that they're using everything that they have available, but then also stopping IAMBSK from playing the game the way that they want to. It seems like they had started that when they made some of them swap out their guns, but right now, IAMBSK just holding on to this, though it is within 200 points now as we drop to about 2 minutes left to play. Let's see if IAMBSK is going to pull something from this or if Grim and the Kitty Witties are going to be able to do that. Here comes Grim with Savage Beast now, rotating back around to the Mohawk and using the sun to their advantage, playing from the outside, sighting into these doors and trying to get some kills here. There's Luminosity jumping up, a great thrown incendiary nade. That's going to really hurt Savage Beast over in the corner. I wonder if that'll make Luminosity push out or if he's going to play a little bit more cautiously, knowing that there were 2 of them there just a second ago. Here's Lil Sonic trying to jump up to top rotator, and Grim just kind of staying outside and not seeming to be sure where to go. Joining up with Pow Pow instead, trying to get some shots across on Lamby, who is up on the bridge, taking some of those long-range shots and not able to make anything happen. Now maybe going to try to charge a little bit more aggressively, get some shots on Luminosity across the way in Zone B, but not able to make anything happen. And so here we go, Pow Pow defending and taking out Lil Sonic as Luminosity makes that trade happen and takes out Pow Pow. So close there, and Savage Beast able to come through and save Grim, taking out Luminosity. Just trades back and forth, and it's been within 200 for the past minute.
So what IAMBSK was doing when Kitty Witties had the outside, they were fighting fire with fire. They said, we had the lead, you guys have to come to us. We're not going to press that if you're not going to, you have the advantage sitting outside and camping like that, and we're going to make you come to us. We're going to make you come inside. And it worked right now. They have now a 700-point lead on them, and Lumi's looking to get his, I think, third golden gun of the game. Yeah, he is all charged up one more time, and right now they have just widened this up to over a 1,000-point lead. IAMBSK really pushed it on that little series of exchanges and managed to pull something out, getting themselves out of that little now jumping up to one of those little trick spots if he can get it. Lumi's just going to sit out here. He's got the time on his side. He's got golden gun. If anybody tries to make that push, he is gravy trained, and he's going to be able to just pop. Yep. Here we go, and we know there's probably a smash coming. He's got one there, and that is the win. IAMBSK jumping up 3-0 in this series, and Kitty Witties looking at a loss. Yeah, this is not the position I'm sure Kitty Witties wanted to be in moving into Game 4. If they had at the very least taken one of those first 3 games off of IAMBSK, they would be looking at a 2-1 and a much more manageable comeback. They now need to win 4 in a row against what may look like one of the most stacked NAEU teams we've seen in quite some time. Yeah, and even though they started off slow, now they're definitely playing like it. Oh, yeah. Now that they've gotten used to each other. And so we're going into this last match, which we'll have to see if this will be a good thing for the Kitty Witties, because, once again, it is Rusted Lands and zone control. So we saw them play a really close game on zone control before IAMBSK was able to pull that whole thing out. So now we're just going to have to see if they're going to be able to kind of use that to their advantage, the Kitty Witties that is, and say, all right, we know we can do well in zone control. We know we've got these caps going. Or if IAMBSK is just going to jump out, rush ahead, take the lead like they have in the past games, and I don't know, just feed them another loss and take the entire series. Yeah, I mean, if IAMBSK goes on to win this game, that means they will have gone today flawlessly. They will not have dropped a single game through the quarters, the semis, and the grand finals. And that, I think the entire tournament. That is also true. Yeah. So, that being said, that will be what I would consider a flawless victory. Yeah. And send them to the lighthouse. Yes. You deserve to go. It's because they've never been. None of these players. Them have ever been to the lighthouse. It's crazy. It's crazy. You wouldn't believe it. You shouldn't believe it either. You shouldn't believe it. It's not true. Yeah. Okay, so dropping down into Rusted Lands. And let's see what Lumi's going to go with. No, I'm going to get rid of that engram real quick. And that's going to give him an advantage, I'm sure. Oh, yeah. Those extra legendary marks definitely giving him the edge. It wasn't even a legendary engram. Ugh. So nothing. Maybe some glimmer. Oh, Shaq's talking slightly together with himself. Shaq's cool it, dude. So we've got Luminosity and one more rushing out quickly to take Zone A, while the other two push for Zone C, trying to get that aggressive movement in there. Luminosity left behind on Zone A, and now going to move out to Zone B, trying to help out his team here as they push in for the win. He's swapped back over to the Night Stalker, and it looks like they should be able to cap that. Trying to get just a couple points of damage out there. Lamby able to take out 2 with the melees, thanks in part to some of that. And now they're already aggressive and pushing towards Zone C, as the Kitty Witties have said, you know what, no, let's try to take Zone A instead. Yeah, now we've got Made in America and Lil Sonic trying to push them. We can see through the map, but getting ready to go down, and that's both of them down. Looks like they pushed one at a time. So right now, that's a triple cap for a second.
but there's Zone A gone. And now Luminosity getting ready to push back to Zone B, having a little trouble with that wall, but pushing back nonetheless and changing his mind. Let's defend Zone C instead. So he is split off on his own, taking some shots over to the side, blocking off that top approach, but he didn't even see Pow Pow.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Push, you would think with a name like Pow Pow, you wouldn't be a sneaky person, but
Yeah,
Pow Pow comes in and Luminosity not able to see him at all as he used the environment hiding behind those pillars. Now jumping up, trying to take back Zone A as Drafttail jumps past, and he's able to kill him. Some great shots there with that hand cannon, and here he goes. He's going to have a teammate helping him out as the rest of IAMBSK looks like they're going to head towards Zone B and try to make something happen.
Couple members going down for IAMBSK over on that B side. Luminosity taking Zone A, but then still losing Zone B, so that's a nice little double cap that the Kitty Witties need in this early part of the game. They don't want a very large lead to be mounted against them here on in the early part of the game. Otherwise, they're just going to have a very tough time.
Yeah, and so here we go. There's one coming down, and there's the super. Luminosity able to take out Savage Beast before that Nova came out, but we've got a Radiance running from Grim Vaz right now, and he takes out Unsaid Lambie and then follows it up with a kill on Lil Sonic before being taken out there. And so now they've got the 2-zone advantage. They've got B and C, and let's see if they keep that or if they're going to work for A as well. That seems to have been the downfall in the past, going for that triple cap when they didn't have the full wipe. And right now it looks like IAMBSK getting ready to push for Zone C here. Here's a super from Pow Pow getting ready to jump out, help out a little bit in Zone C, and it looks like he's able to do it. Pow Pow takes out Unsaid Lambie. Savage Beast dropping Lil Sonic, but two more kills back the other way from IAMBSK. Well, Grim takes out Made in America. And so now, while all that has been happening, it looks like IAMBSK going to get the cap on Zone C. There it is. And Grim now trying to take over Zone A before Lil Sonic comes in, but Lil Sonic able to get it and reset it. And here comes a lot of IAMBSK pushing up into Zone A. Luminosity now with A and C, and they're taking B. They might be on their way to a triple cap, at the very least a double cap and a neutralization. So there it is, neutralizing Zone B. Zone A is under siege now, and Luminosity getting ready to push back for Zone B, where he knows there are many members of the Kitty Witties. He does have that super, but there's another one coming down. Lil Sonic with the double, taking out two of them that were on Zone B. They should be able to neutralize and cap that back. And now Luminosity going to try to play through this doorway. Not able to do it. Pow Pow coming through and getting the kill on him.
Got another one down on Lil Sonic. He was popping off, and that's almost a team wipe. That's going to give Kitty Witties a little bit more map control. They have to take that Zone B, though, to make it worth it.
Yeah, and so now with Zone B having been recaptured by the Kitty Witties, Luminosity trying to jump over here, finish off one. He's got one below him. Not able to get him, just kind of jumping around a lot. Now he's the only one over here. He's going to have to be careful until his teammates can rejoin him, give him a little bit of support unless he decides that it's time to start playing like crazy. We've got Made in America with a active Storm Trance taking out one and then following up with a melee on Drafttail. So that actually will be about a team wipe, and that should help Luminosity and give him the time that he needs to help take Zone B. And there we go. He started taking it and then backs off because he knows he has a teammate to help him out. And now it's him against, there's the double.
God, that flank was so good. And he's trying to get that third one. There's a little bit of, the grenade damage. That was such a good flank. They had no idea that he was going to be coming from that side.
Yep, that was Made in America who was keeping their attention locked. And then Luminosity pushing in through the door because I think they thought that he was still back on Zone B rather than pushing them in Zone A. And so now once again, double cap for IAMBSK, but still a close game. 6 minutes, 52 seconds left to play. 790 to 660, so only 130 points, and that can easily be reversed. This is not a deficit that can't be recovered. And so now we've got Grim trying to cap Zone A, and Zone C slowly ticking back towards being neutralized. We've got a 1v1 here with Made in America outside, and it looks like, now he's completely surrounded here, though. Able to get Made in America. He's got one more outside, but he's got a teammate that's Drafttail inside helping him. That's Drafttail going down to Luminosity, and now Luminosity pushing inside, taking him out. That's a 5-kill streak for Luminosity, and we are here in Zone B. Here's the tether out for the super. He's going to almost end that, but somehow Ionic blinked out of that, and so now he's got a lot of protection here, but he's going to have to make some magic happen. He gets Pow Pow down. And he's back on Zone A. We've seen him make some plays here before.
We sure have, and that little play right there denied the entry of Kitty Witties into A.
Completely
didn't tether the active Storm Trance, but the grenade weakened him, ended up bringing down Pow Pow, and a nice triple tap down on Grimvoss. Luminosity having a really nice middle of the game here, and it's propelling his team, along with Made in America with a couple of his great Storm Trances, into this lead past this 1,000-point mark.
Luminosity just used his tether, and he's about to have another one already.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, right? And so now getting that nade out, trying to block off that entrance, and see how he blocks it off high to low. Look how that worked. Now trying to get out of dodge. He's so injured, and Pow Pow comes up and shuts down that little kill streak. But IAMBSK has pushed over 1,000 points now. It's 1,100 to 900. That's a 200-point advantage. They've been able to hold this double cap for quite a while now. And now Luminosity just playing defense on Zone A, getting a shot there on Pow Pow. Nice 3-tap there with the hand cannon, finishing it off with the headshot. Pick up a little bit of special. And now going to go for Zone C. I think he's thinking triple cap right now.
I think he's thinking triple cap. He's got that arrow at his disposal. He can go off a little bit by himself while the rest of his team holds on to Zone B.
He's got the entire team over there, though, and he's not able to make it happen. They just swarmed in and were able to take him down. But they haven't been able, the Kitty Witties have not been able to take one of these two zones that IAMBSK has been holding the entire time now. And now it's 1260 to 980 with 4 minutes and 20 seconds left as Grim goes down in a trade with Lil Sonic.
This is moving closer and closer to the need for a triple cap coming from Kitty Witties. Being down this much, 200 points, moving into this final phase of this game.
Now it's 310 points, or 320 points because of that double cap. So they've upped it by 100 now.
Holy smokes. Okay, well, they definitely need a triple cap now.
Yeah, there's not much else that's going to be going on if they can't get it. And now we've got Luminosity taking Zone C, preemptively throwing out that smoke, and now he's going to have some blind people trying to rush him.
There it is.
Yep, and so here we go. We're about to get Zone C. Unless they can stop them getting, if they can stop them getting Zone A, that will be a triple cap for IAMBSK. And we only have 40 points left before they take this and they take the entire tournament.
I think you guys are going to be looking at your new champions of the IGL
their
farewell tournament.
It is.
IAMBSK not dropping a single game throughout the entire tournament.
It's a flawless run through the tournament. That's impressive.
Not too shabby, you might say.
Pretty good.
Wow. Kitty Witties putting up a great fight in many of those matches, pushing IAMBSK in all of the zone control matches for sure, and then definitely in those clash matches. We had a zone control or a supremacy match to start.